Hi foodies, how are you doing today? It's your girl Jareen. We're making some shrimp boil foil packets. Now, one of the concerns of a lot of people is the aluminum foil touching the food. So I wanted to show you guys a way just to get around that. You could use parchment paper by itself, or you could line the foil with the parchment paper. That way the food stays in contact with just the paper. All right, so you just lay your foil out and then lay a piece of parchment paper on top, and then you start laying on the food. So what I'm using is some parboiled corn and potatoes. You can use red potatoes if you like. I had these at home, so that's why I'm using that. So put those on there, and then we are going to be adding raw shrimp. So the reason I parboiled the potatoes and the corn is because I don't want to overcook the shrimp just in order to cook those foods, right? So that will just help to keep our shrimp nice and juicy. Now, if you wanted to, you could definitely toss all of these together in a bowl. So you could do it that way. But, when you toss it in the bowl, some of the seasoning might be left in the bowl. It might be easier to just toss them together on the paper. So you drizzle on the butter and toss them, and then sprinkle on the seasoning. Now, as far as the seasoning here, I just kind of eyeball it. You're not going to be going too heavy with salty seasonings here because we're making some sauce later on, but you do want this to have some amount of flavor for the people who might be eating it and don't want to eat the sauce. Okay, so make sure this is seasoned and just toss it together on top of the parchment paper. Then we're going to fold it. So you want to make sure that you seal it properly to keep the juices in, to keep all that steam inside. So just fold the edges and seal them properly. Alright, so that's one way of doing it. We just fold the parchment paper and the foil together at the same time and make that packet. Or what you could do is still put the parchment paper on top of foil like this. And then what you'll do is you can fold the parchment paper first. So that's after you've seasoned your food and everything, and then fold the foil. So do what's more manageable for you. The most important thing is to make sure that the open edges are sealed properly. So these will go in the oven, but we're not going to cook them very long because the corn and the potato was, cooked partially. And then the shrimp does not take long. We don't want dry, rubbery shrimp. All right, so we'll put these in the oven and allow everything to mesh together and allow that shrimp to cook. Now, if you don't want to do the foil packets, you could just bake everything on a sheet. This is the shrimp and everything seasoned together, laid out on top of parchment paper, and the parchment paper is on top of foil and a baking sheet. So we'll bake them just the same at the same temperature. We just want to cook the shrimp. All right. And then we'll move on to the sauce. So, of course, with a seafood boil, some people like to have it just with the boil, but I'm going to be doing a sauce because that's how I love it. And there are other sauces on my channel, but this one is a little different. It's creamier. So it's just going to give you a more creamy sauce, just as flavorful. So, of course, we have our butter and garlic and onion, and we're just cooking these until they are soft. And then we're going to add all our seasonings. Cooking seasoning at this point, it just releases so many flavors in that butter, guys. So we'll just stir in all of these seasonings and add all our other ingredients. Now at this point, guys, your seafood boil sauce is perfectly fine. You know, classic butter sauce. But this time we're making it creamy. So you're going to go in and add your heavy cream and stir things around. As far as how creamy this gets, you can decide that. So you can add about a quarter cup or half cup, start out with that. And then if you want to add more, go ahead and add more and just keep tasting and add salt if necessary. If you want to add another dash of, Old Bay or paprika, you can go ahead and do that. But if you want a lot of sauce, go in and add lots of cream, but just do it a little at a time, of course. If you just want it a little creamy, then you just add a little bit of cream. Keep stirring, add your salt if necessary at the end. Now you want to make sure that the heat is low, guys, while you're adding the cream, all right? You don't want it to be boiling. And as I said, you can look at the color too. You can notice that it's looking more creamy than, the other sauces that we make. So add your cream, and then if you want it to be a little bit thicker and you just want to stabilize everything, then you can add a little bit of a slurry. So this is just some room temperature or cool water mixed with cornstarch. Just do 2 teaspoons water, 2 teaspoons cornstarch, and stir it in very quickly and watch as it thickens. Don't add everything at a time, all right? You just add what you need and watch your sauce. If it looks thick enough to you, you don't need to add any more. So just cook to get out that starch taste and you're good. Now once your sauce comes together nicely, we take those shrimp foil packets out of the oven and open them up. The good thing about these packets, guys, is everybody can have their own thing. Some people just want this with just the seasoning, and then they'll just squeeze some fresh lemon over it and some melted butter, just drizzle that over it. Some people like that. But there are people like me now that want sauce. So we'll open this up. Right? And it was perfectly seasoned, not over seasoned, so it can do well with this sauce. We're gonna just drizzle it all over. If you want to, of course, you could toss the stuff around gently inside the packet, or you could serve it with the sauce drizzled on top and just some parsley for color, and of course some lemon slices, because with seafood you definitely want to squeeze some fresh lemon all over that. And that's it, guys. Really simple. And what I like about this is that I'm able to share with my son, who's a toddler. He had his without sauce, and he just got butter and lemon. And then for my husband and I, we had that nice spicy flavorful sauce. So delicious, absolutely tasty, and I know you love it. And of course you can add your lobster and your crab, all of that good stuff if you want to, even sausages, but I just used what I had at home. And here we go, guys. This is the one that was baked on the tray. It was baked for the same amount of time, and then all I did was just put some in a dish, and then I drizzled the sauce all over. You could toss the ingredients with the sauce if you prefer. Definitely an option. All right, so give it a try and let me know in the comment section if you liked it creamy, or if you like the other sauces that I have in my other seafood boil videos. The flavor of this is pretty similar, but it just has a rich, creamy, consistency. Really, really nice. So give it a try and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment and share with your friends and family. Bye bye.